there's nothing like cracking that cellophane and pulling that record out. It just smells great.
Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Non-stop hardcore energy.
I love the show, guys. You're awesome.
Unlike any other.
With your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bod Father.
Man, this stuff rocks.
This is Dylan Marks and Wally from Fermentor, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
The views and opinions of the guest do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of BODS Mayhem Radio Network, its staff, affiliates, or sponsors. Parental discretion is advised. Welcome to BODS Mayhem Radio Network.
Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bod Father, and as always, I'm bringing you guys and gals awesome interviews. Today, it's an honor and a huge privilege to have drummer Dylan Marks and guitarist Wally of Fermentor. Initially, Fermentor self-released their full-length debut album, Continuance, in 2020, and now has released it on their new label, Metal Assault Records. And also check out their official playthrough video for the album track Cotterpin. I hope I said that correctly. Now on YouTube. And so Dylan and Wally are both members of Beekeeper that are also on Metal Assault Records. So we're going to be talking to Dylan and Wally about this new full-length album and see what's going on. So guys, welcome to the show, and how you guys doing?
Thanks to be here. Thanks for having us, Bod Father.
Not a problem whatsoever. So how excited are you guys to hopefully get on the road and take this out if you're wanting to with this album? Because a lot of this is just instrumental stuff, correct?
Yeah, it's entirely instrumental, and it's just the two of us. And we're very excited to get out on the road and start playing more out of our hometown, San Diego. So hopefully we'll be coming to your town soon.
Did you guys find yourself doing anything differently other than working on music, such as like collecting or catching up on anything during this pandemic, or was it just strictly this album only?
We started writing new material, actually. A lot of this stuff had been solidified by the time the pandemic had hit. And so we were taking the time during quarantine to work on new material and start looking towards the future.
Once, this is Dylan now. Once we had started meeting up with each other and weren't like completely in quarantine, we just started jamming as much as we could. So along with writing as much as we could, we've also been trying to make as many videos as we could during the pandemic. So essentially it's been a sort of a combination of putting out the album with Metal Assault, writing new material, and making videos. That's sort of what we've been doing.
Now, you guys are also going to release another album or another EP, possibly. What's happening? Because I know you got some new stuff that's coming out very, very soon, possibly.
So our album Continuance, as you said, released digitally last year and is it just released last week now on CD via Metal Assault Records. We are going to release another album eventually with Metal Assault, and that's what we're writing right now. But otherwise, we're focusing on our videos and starting to play live again.
So when did you both start thinking about doing an album under a new project? Is this a fresh start for you guys, possibly?
Well, Fermentor has been around since 2008, which actually precedes Beekeeper. So we've always sort of been working on it, and while Beekeeper was our priority, we continued to write music for Fermentor and release EPs over the years, which you can check out on Spotify and FermentorBand.com.
So for the both of you, how does it feel to have this new full-length debut album in the Fermentor music library?
We're extremely excited. I mean, we're just happy to have, a full-length album of music that we're just extremely proud of, and that, it's like from track 1 to track 10, you have gone through quite the journey, you know what I mean? And we are just really excited to get it out there. And, the next album that we do will also be a full length. And we believe we just want to keep it at a full length because, we love writing and we love giving people lots of stuff to listen to.
And it feels great to have it in a physical format now, too. Metal Assault has provided us the opportunity to be able to release it on CD. So we're super excited to have it, tangibly in our hands and in everyone else's hands, too.
And the next one will hopefully be on, vinyl, CD, possibly cassette. We're definitely trying to expand that way in terms of the next album.
Are these all new tracks, or are these tracks that has been previously on other EPs, or what's going on with that possibly?
Yeah, everything on Continuance is brand new, and everything that we're writing now is brand new. There's no rehash stuff. There's no covers or anything like that. We just love writing and creating new material and pushing ourselves to evolve our music.
Yeah, and we once did sort of put out sort of a compilation CD where we took multiple EPs that we had recorded over the years, and then we fit them all onto a CD. So we have sort of done something like that in the past. But now that we're with Metal Assault, we're just going to keep it to, straight ahead, full length albums, nice and simple, no more compilations, just keeping it
all new material.
Yeah.
Being with Metal Assault, have they helped you guys out a little bit further than what you guys have expected, other than, for a record label to do?
I would say, yeah, just in the way that in the metal world too, but just in the music world, whether you're dealing with a booking agent or a publicist or a management company or, a label or something, it's hard to really just find someone that you can trust that's going to work their ass off when you're not, looking over their shoulder, and they're going to keep their word. So, I mean, first of all, it was just amazing to meet someone that, the owner, Andrew Bonsall, who just says what he's going to do and really is just working his ass off to grow the label and to grow the business. And I mean, he's helped us out with putting it on, this physical format, and he's already helped us with, publicizing it, and he's already talking about plans of future shows, so yeah, he's absolutely gone above and beyond. So yeah, we're stoked and lucky.
Now I know there's two of you guys in the band, but will you guys eventually add another member possibly, or you just want to keep it just both of you guys only?
Fermentor is the two of us, but we definitely hope in the future to involve other people in one capacity or another. We're excited about the idea of being able to collaborate with other musicians, whether it be a vocalist or a bassist or other guitarists or what have you. In 2019, we had a bassist we had been working with, and we played one show about 3 weeks before the pandemic hit. Now he's in his own band, Pyre, doing his own thing. So we're back to the two of us. But it's not off the table. But we also love the fact that we can still perform as a duo and give full bands a run for their money.
Were you a little nervous releasing this full-length debut album right now, since bands are having hard times touring and things like that, or were you just want to just get this out to the masses so everybody can say, well, they're still relevant?
Last year we released it digitally last year, and we wish we could have played shows. We released it during the quarantine, but we released it digitally just because we're so fed up of holding on to it, and we just thought, who knows what the future holds for the world. Let's just put the music out there and start pressing forward. So, now that it's a year later and we're putting out, the album on a CD, I think the timing is perfect. It's like the new spring, what I mean? We're eventually going to get back on the road. And it's like we've got the older album on the physical format. Like, we're writing new stuff. We'll put that out. I think we're just going to keep on marching on.
And I've said this during many, many interviews. It's going to be interesting to see how much material comes out from bands, during this quarantine and lockdown that we've been in. I know some bands have told me that they've got stuff for 3 albums and a couple of EPs, and I'm going, oh my God. Seriously? That's like a lot of content. You know what I mean? So it's going to be very interesting to see what you guys also put out, and plus everybody else, to see where their minds are like a couple years down the road, because it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, there will definitely be a post-pandemic artistic boom, I think, as people release all of the stuff that has been gestating during their quarantine.
What's impressed or excited the both of you about making the debut album, if anything? Is there anything that sticks out the most for both of you personally, possibly?
I mean, well, for me, I'm just, I think our music is very unique, and I'm just excited to sort of share some music that I'm pretty sure, you're not really going to find it. You might find vibes or bits and pieces of it, somewhere else, but I'm pretty confident that you're not going to find our music anywhere else. And it very much has to do with, us individually. And I'm just very proud of how we sound and the things we come up with. So, I'm just happy that we're unique, but that's my little thing.
Yeah. Continuance is a really big undertaking for us. The music is technical, and sonically we're, have an interesting, hurdle to jump, being a two-piece, and that we don't have any vocals. So we have sort of theoretically a lot against us. So it was a pretty big task to try and make a record that was a fair representation of what we do, but also something that can contend with, full-piece bands. When we play live, we sound really huge, and so we wanted to make sure that our record sounded huge too, which I think we achieved.
I want to go back and talk about this just a little bit about the video Cotterpin, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly.
That's correct.
You guys, I love that video. I just love it. You're just in like a little room, just you guys only, and I mean, God, Dylan, man, you fucking killing it on the drums, and to watch you, Wally, man, to go wild on the guitar. I mean, it's just like, man, it's
Thanks,
good.
man.
It's really good, really good.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of other playthroughs too on our Fermentor official YouTube. That's just our latest one, but Cotterpin is one of our favorite songs. We have a lot of energy in that video. Great energy, great vibes in that playthrough. Glad you enjoyed it, man.
Yeah, it just looked fun. I mean, that's the moral of the story. It's just fun to do.
Yeah, it's fun. Fermentor's a very fun band to be in. I wish everyone could experience what it's like.
Yeah. You mentioned a video, because as of this recording, we actually have a brand new music video coming out, premiering on Decibel Magazine.
There you go.
It's going to be Seventh Circle, and by the time this interview comes out, I assume it'll be available to everyone. So that's going to be another brand new video that we're from a track off Continuance that we're very, very, very excited to share with everyone.
But we're super excited about our video Seventh Circle, and it is one of the tracks off Continuance entitled Seventh Circle. And if you enjoyed the energy and the fun of Cotterpin, you'll love the Seventh Circle music video.
Yeah, it was fun, man. I mean, honestly, it made me want to get up and do some exercise.
Yeah, Fermentor's great to work up to, or I love having Fermentor on when I drive.
Good stuff. Any tracks standing out for the both of you that any right now on the album? I know it must change every time you listen to it. I know this is an old album, kind of. I know you guys are probably sick of everything, but are there any tracks personally that are sticking out for both of you? Maybe.
Yeah, I think we're both on a real Seventh Circle kick right now with the release of the video. We've really been listening to that song a lot as we've been. We edited it ourselves, and so that song took on a whole new meaning and appreciation for us and another dimension. So if you want to know a standout track, I think I could speak for both of us when I say check out Seventh Circle. Was there a track that you guys were working on this 10-track album that totally ended up sounding different than it was intended to? Was there a song that maybe took a 180-degree turn, possibly? Yeah, there is. I'm pretty sure it's track 2, Thunderboss. It starts off with literally just like a blinding, just like a blasting tremolo that goes for a very long time, and it's definitely the most sort of full on section of the album where it's just blasting as fast as you can, like almost blindingly. And, that was sort of the spirit of how that song started. And then just sort of, because we write very sort of through a lot of improvisation. So just through the way we write, it ended up having a sort of like really
chill, sort of like bridge section with all these kind of weird like jazzy chords. And I just sort of laughed how like the song that started out the craziest ends up going into this extremely chill, strange, and it's just like, you think that one's just going to be blinding speed the whole way through, but then it surprises you even with its non-speed.
You guys produced the album. Do you like having that freedom to do this on your own, or was it just at the time you had to produce it on your own?
It's twofold. The one side of it is I am an audio engineer by trade, and so it's part of my joy to be able to dig in on the production side of our music. Additionally, we are extremely picky, and the control over the shape of our sound is extremely important to us. And so we decided to kind of take that on ourselves to try and shape our vision as close to what we intended as we could. That can present its own challenges, but at the end of the day, it just makes us extra proud of the end result.
And also similarly how, we would say yes to an opportunity to join with any musician or collaborate. I feel like we would also join with a different engineer, a different producer, someone else who had different ideas, like we're always open to something new and exciting, but for the most part, we do it all ourselves.
Yeah, for sure. If we had someone that we felt we had a good chemistry with, I don't think we would hesitate to work with them.
I want to step back here for just one moment. Was there any tracks that didn't make this album that is going to be on the next album or down the road, possibly, maybe, or no?
No, we really threw everything we had at Continuance. There was nothing left on the cutting room floor this time. I can't think. There are bits here and there that maybe we stripped out of songs towards the end that maybe will get reutilized in other ways in future material. But whole songs, we hit the 10-song mark and we said it was time to record, and that's what we did.
Who did the artwork for this album?
That would be me, Wally.
I always like to give the artists a little kick in there because I feel like they don't get enough notch, as I should say. They don't get enough respect on doing this for the bands because they do some amazing artwork on these albums.
Sure. Well, I don't know if I'm quite up to the same level as a lot of these artists out there doing oil paintings and stuff. I'm more of a Photoshop guy, but I was able to come up with something that we felt embodied the image we were looking for, and we just kind of rolled with that.
Is there anything that you guys want to add to the Fermentor sound? Maybe like a different instrument? Do you want to add anything differently to make this musically still grow? What's your thoughts on that?
I think I can speak for myself that I would like for my own playing and approach to guitar to evolve and grow and not feel like I'm kind of walking in the same footsteps musically as I have in the past. I mean, maybe down the road we'll add some other elements, but as far as it just being the two of us, I would love just for my own abilities and approach to my instrument to grow.
Yeah, like I said, I would be down if anyone approached that was worthy. But if I really think about it, what would be cool is if I had another Wally. Or like another Wally and another me. So there was like two Wallys and two me's, and we already know everything we want, and we already know everything we're doing. So it's just like, okay, great. Now we can get both options. You can play this riff while you play this riff, and I can do this drum beat while you do this. Or I don't know. That would be.
Yeah, Fermentor would benefit from cloning a lot.
For the both of you, what do you hope everyone takes away, or a message you hope they hear while listening to any of Fermentor's music in general? What do you hope they get from it, guys? I
hope they get a sense of empowerment and a sense of energy and fun, I guess, of the ability to overcome whatever it is they got in front of them, and, to put their own voice to our music and, let themselves do the the speaking or just let the music guide them and whatever they're up to. Yeah, and I want the songs to be, like you said, fun, but also, like interesting. Like I want people to listen to it and follow along and be like, oh, that was a weird choice, or oh, that surprised me, or this part feels cool. I want just people to listen to it and be interested and make them feel creative and make, the wheels in their head start turning. That's something I want.
For the both of you, what made you want to become a musician? What was that spark for you guys that said, yeah, I want to do this, if you can recall possibly, even if there was a spark?
I mean, being a musician, I don't know. I started playing music relatively late, but I've always been a musical person. But honestly, I guess it was just being exposed to playing music, really. I started playing drums, and I was like, oh, this is actually really fun. I had no idea. And then that was it. And now here we are 15 years later. Like, that's literally, it was really just the exposure, I guess.
Yeah, I remember being in middle school and seeing, some classmates of mine in a band and thinking that was just the coolest thing I had ever seen. And I did everything I could from that point on, start figuring out how to weasel my way into a band and start learning instruments, and just never have stopped or lost interest since I was 14 or something.
Yeah, I was playing drums at church. It was Black Sabbath, The Wizard, and they kicked me out. So I thought...
That's great.
That's a great story. A single sentence story.
I was like, why?
Great.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. Still funny, though.
Yeah.
Do you guys still have a go-to album or song that affects you as far as giving you inspiration or just let you escape? Do you still have that today, possibly? Do you find yourselves going back to listening to an album that you grew up with, possibly, maybe?
All the time. I mean, we rely a lot on the albums we grew up with still for inspiration. We have a lot of overlap, but also we have a lot of music that we love that's different from each other. I know for myself, I can always go back to Morbid Angel's Covenant and still get chills and the hair stand up on the back of my neck, at the beginning of Rapture or Sworn to the Black. I mean, those songs still hit as hard as they ever did for me.
Yeah, or I've probably listened to Iron Maiden's Power Slave more than any other album in my life, and it still is great. And it doesn't get old. Other albums get old, but that one doesn't get old magically for me. And then also Napalm Death's Harmony Corruption. I just been listening to that over and over again. It's just a very blasty album. And I can just keep going back to it. It's awesome. I love it.
Guys, how can folks stay in touch with you, buy some merchandise, buy this new full-length debut album, Continuance, tour dates when this happens, all this good stuff? How can he do that?
Yeah, so nothing in terms of shows yet. We're like still booking, but we're definitely wanting to start doing that a lot. But in terms of wanting to find us, fermentorbands.com is your ticket to everything Fermentor. That's where you can get all of our merch. You can get we have a brand new shirt. We have stickers. We have shirts. You can get our CD. And also that'll link to our social media. We have a YouTube channel, which has all of our playthroughs, our music videos. There's a brand new music video coming out tomorrow, and that's Fermentor Metal Official on YouTube, but fermentorband.com, that'll take you to everything. And, just thanks for having us.
Dylan and Wally, before I let you guys go, would you care to do a promo for my show?
Oh, we'd love to. Yeah. This is Dylan Marks and Wally from Fermentor, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Everybody stick around. We got some great stuff coming up, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour Podcast. Please get out and check out our Facebook page. It has our podcast link and our YouTube link, and you definitely want to subscribe to our YouTube link, and you guys won't be disappointed. I guarantee you that. Also, to the people who are listening to this, please go out and subscribe to everything that we have. And plus, check out Fermentor. You won't be disappointed. These guys actually have some really good music out there. You definitely want to pick up their debut album, Continuance. and also pick up their other stuff too, their EPs, things like that, and give this band a shot. So, Wally, Dylan, man, I appreciate you guys for doing the show, and I wish you guys nothing but the best of luck.
Thanks so much for having us. This was a lot of fun.
Thanks, John.
You're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.